Okay, this is the second part of the Traveling Granny show for Saroj Gopal Kulkarni, where Rajiv Kulkarni is telling us that the uniqueness of his mother and how she integrated herself in the community, and his father was known not as Dr. Kulkarni, but as Saroj's husband.
And that's very true. So, and actually, as growing up, I think we were more known as her kids, as individual people. I think more so. But she gave us the opportunity, and at least me, specifically me, more opportunities than I know a lot of my peers, I guess you would say, as Indians growing up in the United States as first generation. They allowed me to play football. They allowed me to do things that I know a lot of kids that I know now never had the chance to do that because their parents were very, I guess, not that they were closed-minded, they just didn't understand. And my parents were very open to that, and it was really because of my mom, because my dad really didn't know pretty much what was going on.
So she was a thoroughly modern mom, right?
She allowed me to do a lot of stuff. She would come to the games. She would drop me off. She was a quintessential American mom wearing a sari. She could do that, and she did it very well.
She wore her sari and did all the soccer mom and football mom and all that stuff.
She did all that stuff, yeah.
Including raising the money.
The Avon definitely helped, I think.
Selling Avon. Yeah, she told a story about when they wanted to buy their first house. And you have to listen to that story about how they needed some. They found a house and they needed some money, and he said, "Where are we going to get it?" And she said, "I have the money." Right?
Stashed away.
She said, "I had the money."
Yeah.
He said, "How do you do this?" And she said, "I saved the money." So she had the house taken care of. And so now, how do you think that your mom sort of fit in with the rest of the moms in the community, the American moms?
Well, you know what? I think a lot of it also helped her at least were the other professors' wives, because they opened their arms and their houses to us when we first moved there. And so that helped her, I think, assimilate even faster. The other moms in the neighborhood, we did potlucks and things like that, and there were a lot of 4th of July picnics that were in the neighborhood, and she would still bring Indian-oriented food to those events, and I think everyone appreciated that, but she also made sure that we appreciated what everyone else was doing for us as well. And we literally, no one could tell the difference for us. I mean, other than the fact that maybe we had a permanent tan, there was really nothing that distinguished us. Like if you looked at our house from the outside, you wouldn't be able to tell anything was different. If you came inside, definitely it was different because of the culture that they brought with them.
So there's no assimilation challenge with your mom. And your mom makes a big deal all the time about how she's not educated. She didn't go to college. She didn't do this. What do you have to say about that?
I think she's more educated than most people. I think, education takes you only so far. Common sense takes you the rest of the way. And I think a lot of times people don't have any common sense, and they could be PhDs at Harvard and not make any sense whatsoever. And she has that innate ability to connect with anyone, and that doesn't matter. Education has nothing to do with any of that. That's something that is just a natural talent.
She has the gift of hospitality. When people meet her, they think they've known her forever.
Yeah, and then we, depending on all the wherever we went, all the travels that we did, it didn't. She would go and talk to people, just random people in the streets. If we're in Spain or Paris, it didn't matter. She would pick people out, and magically that evening we'd have an Indian meal somewhere because she figured out someone, and we're somehow related somehow too, on top of it. And so she was never afraid to just reach out to anybody, and she has that personality that allows her to do that. And I think that's probably one of the biggest pluses that she has, that education is irrelevant at that point.
Wonderful. And I will tell you that all three of Saroj's children, I know two that I've talked to pretty well here at some at length, and they all feel the same way, that their mom is one of the smartest women they know.
Definitely.
So this is the Traveling Granny TV, and we've been talking to Rajiv Kulkarni. See, my Marathi gets better all the time with the names anyway.